Hey, hello guys. Hello guys. Can you hear me? There we go. Hey, the buck, how are you? Okay, let's build a building. Let's start off with some columns. Just going to place some 350 by 350 columns. Height to the first floor. I'm also doing good, thanks, the buck. Thanks for asking. How long have you been using Revit? Delete these sections. Don't need them now. Copy over these columns like that. The Buck, is there anything you would like to know on Revit? Okay, to the first floor, let's draw in some slabs. Nice. Hello guys. Can you hear me speaking? Please let me know if you can. Two. Hello Ruan, how are you today? Let's do some drafting. This is the right one. There we are. Are you a beginner, the puck? So tell me, what do you want to learn in Revit? Have you built a structure yet, or are you still trying to figure out how it works? Ron, I'm just busy modeling a random structure so that people can ask questions and I can maybe help them. Do a little link bridge. Maybe not do it like that. Sorry, I mean Ruru 86. I was assuming your name is Rowan. Are you a structural draftsman, Deepak? What would you like to learn, Ruru? Let's play some foundations. Let's make them 1.5. Revit is not that difficult once you actually start to understand the program. Can become very easy. That's the best time to learn the puck when you're still a student. If you can master this program, you are set in this industry. Your path will be shaped in the most incredible way. Let's maybe add in some levels. Like that. Oh, Ruru, that is a problem. You don't have access. Waiting for better days. Okay, let's draw in some slabs on the high levels. Copy this one, going to say align to selected level, gonna place it on the second floor like that. Maybe going to edit this a bit. Let's link those two slabs like that. Then we can maybe link these slabs as well. Yeah, to there. Yeah, architects are fun to work with. Let's take these columns up to the top floor. That's going to be the fourth floor, like that. Then we can build our building around these columns. But maybe I need to move some columns there. Huh, nice. Just doing a random building. From which country are you guys? I mean the shortcut functions. Ruru. Just add in another set of columns, yeah? So when I do this, I press AL on my keyboard to align, or you can go there and press align, then you pick the line and you pick what you want to align. So for instance, if I move this away and I say AL and I go and I hover here and I click on it, and then I click on this one and it snaps. It's just easier instead of moving it so that you know it sits exactly on this position. I'm from South Africa, the Buck. I've never been in that part of the country, in Nepal. See now, this does not look nice. Let's draw the columns in the middle. Maybe we must do a parking deck at the bottom and then come up with a lift or something into the rest of the building. So I'm going to take this layout just copy it to the rest of the levels. That's going to be level 4 and level 5, like that. You're also from South Africa, Ruru. That's great. Great news. Let's go to the ground floor. Just do a concrete surface here. Let's go floor, structural. It's going to do a 150 surface bed from that edge to this edge. Well, I'm just drawing a random structure, and if once people join, they can ask me questions as I go. So if you have any questions like you did earlier, you can just ask me what exactly you would like to know, or you want me to show you something specific that you want to learn. So we're gonna maybe draw in a ramp here for this first floor, so cars can access this. Just gonna pull that out a bit. Press on the slab, say CS for create similar on your keyboard. Then I go to the rectangle here at the top, and I'm just going to draw in a ramp here. And then I'll go slope arrow. Let's say I want it like this. And then I'll pick the degrees here. Make it 10 degrees. Let's see how it looks. Yes, I will teach you, Ron. Definitely. Just want to switch this around. Like that. To the 3D. Just on the wrong level here. Let's go back to the first floor. Just go edit again. Nope. Edit boundary. If I click on this, I'd rather say height at tail. So height at tail would be the portion here. I'll make that 0, and then the level at the tail is going to be the ground floor, and the level at the head is going to be our first floor. Okay, let's see how that plays out. Something like that. Maybe I must just use the same layout at the bottom. Wrong one. Keep on clicking on the wrong one. There we are. And there's our ramp. Might want to move a column to pick up that ramp, or let's just make the ramp wider. Then we don't have to put in a column. Line again, AL on your keyboard, like that. So you're asking This is a structure design. How would you show or indicate the layer works under the surface bed? So you can do it in one or two ways. You can try and draw in the topography, or you can, once you've drawn your section, do it in a filled region. So I can show you both. So let's draw in a topo solid. Go to massing and site. Let's just go to the foundation layout. Just gonna turn off my filters here. Filters are basically color codes that you use just to distinguish between different sizes. Go topo solid, create from sketch. So I'm just gonna draw in something like this. And then it says top of concrete ground floor. I don't want it there. I want it 150 mils lower because my ground or my concrete on the ground is 150. So if I say finish, let's just see what happens. So this topo solid is not correct in terms of the material. So I'm just going to change it to earth. There we go. So there it looks more like ground. Obviously you can't see your foundation yet. So go to the east elevation. Well, let's just rather draw in a section. I think it might display a bit better. Foundation, then you go to section here. Let's draw a section like this. Just pull it back so we only see up until this dotted line. Go to view. Just gonna make it fine, and then let's make it shaded so you can see the difference. So this is your layer work. Just see here, that is 150. Just change the scale. I press DI on my keyboard to do a dimension, so that's 150. Then this is 300, which is usually one layer 150 and another layer 150, which makes up to 300. So it's 300 because the thickness here is 300. I can change it to 150. Say okay, apply, and okay. Then it sits like this. And I can literally just copy that one like that. Then you have two layers. So that's one way of doing it. Or if I just draw in another section, just gonna copy this section over. Go to view. So let's say this was not here. I'm just gonna hide it. Press EH on my keyboard. Then what you can do here is you can go to annotate region, and there it says filled region. You also have the earth filled region, but you can set it up yourself. You can go edit. Let's just create our own duplicate. Just say earth new maybe, just for this instance. Then you can either choose this or a crosshatch. It's up to you, but I'm just going to choose earth. Say okay. Then I'm going to, let's say, pick lines. Oh no, let's just use rectangle. That's going to be easier. I'm going to press on that corner and take it up to this point here. I'm just going to click for now. And then we can just see if this is 150. That's 150, so that's fine. And say done. There it's drawn in the filled region, and you can just copy it like that. So up to you how you want to display it, but that's basically in a nutshell how you can indicate it. But in this instance, if you do the filled region, you can't see the column in the background, so you're gonna have to actually pull this back so that you can, if you cut through the column, you're gonna have to pull it back. If you don't cut through the column, you can probably take it straight through. Okay, hope that helps, Ruru. Let's place in another level. You can also do a coffer slab actually. So I'm just gonna make another level here. Copy is CO on the keyboard. So make this roof. Well, that's up to you. If you want to see the column in the background, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. What you can then do is go back to our well, you can do it here as well. It says here far clip offset. That is basically, just close this. If I go to, just move back a bit. Well, let's cut through the section, but the far clip offset is this dotted line. So if I pull this back, you're going to see that the 3613 is going to change. See, it's 1406 now. So if I just pull it back more like that, I'm not cutting or not going beyond the column. So you're not going to see the column now. See, all the columns are gone now. So still on there, but your cut plane and your line extension is just so that you cannot see it. But if I type in 500 here, you can see the columns again. So it all depends on how far you want to cut your view plane. So just say right click, select all instances in project, and move this up to the roof like that. Anything else you guys would like to know while I draw here? So this Revit structures or Revit itself is such a broad aspect. You can go so deep into it. But obviously most of the people that I've encountered are trying to learn Revit, the basics of Revit. So just doing a slab, putting in levels, putting in grid lines, doing foundations, stuff like that. So if you guys have any questions, please ask. I can definitely explain to you guys in more detail. I can add in a pitched roof face. So as an example, let's say we don't have these columns coming through here. So let's just go and put them back to the fourth floor. So they basically just go to this level. So now I want to put in a truss from that column to that column. And what I'll do is I'll go to just, okay, firstly, the problem we have here is that I only have a second floor plan. I don't have a fifth floor plan. So the reason for that is, let's just go to the east. The reason for that is I copied these floors over. So if you look closely, you'll see this is like a light blue, this triangle. But if you go up, this is a black color. You can compare it to this horizontal line. It's black. If you compare this one, it's like blue. So what that means is there's not an active layout for this specific level. So what you must actually do is go to structures, go to level, and then you create the level from scratch like this. Then it will become blue. So you'll see it popped up here as level 8. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'm just going to move this. Well, I can click here and say 0. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the level 5. Oh, sorry, apologies, the roof level. Let's just undo this. I'm going to delete this. And I'm just going to move this, make this, I know it was 3 meters, like that. So we have a level to work from. Call it roof again. Okay, so now I can go into my roof plan. So now you'll obviously just see the columns, because if you go here where it says view range and you say edit, you'll see that the reason why you can't see the slab below is your view depth. So if I change this to, I know the slab below is 3 meters below this level, so if I change this to 3500 maybe, say apply, now you can see the line of the slab below. But for this example, I'm just going to press escape, or well, let's just undo this. It's up to you what you want to see in your layouts, but let's focus on the truss for now. This is obviously a very, very long span, 25 meters, which is a bit unrealistic. So, but it's just an example. So I'm going to put in the truss. So I'll go to structure, truss. Then what I'll do is I'll maybe use, let's see if I go to edit and I say load. And I want to load in a truss. So all these things that I'm loading in here are actually preset libraries that you can download from Autodesk. Comes with your specific Revit version or year model, I would say. So there's structural trusses. So if I click here, you can actually see the type of truss that you are going to bring into your model. So just scrolling through here to see which one we can use. Let's just use, well, we're gonna have to put a lot of them. 12 panel truss maybe. Let's see. I'm gonna use this one. Okay, so okay. So now it's activated. So now from this column, okay, yeah, Ron, let me add a truss in with a short span. Let's just say I have a column here. Okay, resolve. Just gonna, it's gonna look very odd now when I go to the 3D model. Just move our section box up so the truss can display. So just want to take this column through like that. So sorry, Ruru. Keep on reading your name as Ruan. Apologies. So you can see that this shape here is currently a ribbon block, which is very unrealistic. We want to change it. So you go and you click on edit type. The framing type, you would usually use angles or maybe T-beam or something like that. So let's just bring in a structural framing element. Let's go to beam. The reason why I do this is so I can just say edit and load, and then load in a beam for us. Library, English, South Africa, go to framing. Let's just load in a angle. Where is the angle now? There we are, open. So for this instance, I'll use the verticals as 60 by 60 by 5 and the top and bottom chords as 90 by 90 by 8. I'll set it now. I've just brought it into the Revit model so we can actually set it. So here the top chord, let's type in 90. There we go. Then the verticals, I wanted the 60. There we are. Diagonals also 60. And then the bottom chord I also, sorry, there, 90. Say apply and okay. Just resolve. Okay, so there you can see we have our angles that's been placed. Looks a lot better. So what you can do is you can actually copy this roof or this truss to the next bay. So what I'll do is just go back to my roof level like this. I'm gonna copy it. I said CO on my keyboard. I'm just gonna use a reference point on that column, bring it to there, and then that one, same there, like that. Just go to the 3D. It looks something like that. Okay. Then we can just add in some purlins to make the roof more complete. So I'm going to move this section indicator to here. I'll go to the view, move these up so we can work with this. So now I want to draw in a purlin, but you want the purlin on the top of the top chord, which means the purlin needs to be rotated. So let me just show you. If I had to now, let's go to the roof level again, just closing the tab so you can keep track. So if I go to beam and I put in, so purlin is basically a cold form section. I'm just gonna load in a cold form section. I see we don't have one. Lip channel, there we are. Let's go maybe use a, for this example, maybe a 250. Okay. Okay. Now if I draw in this purlin like that, and we go to the 3D, or let's go to the section first, it's gonna first snap to the roof level. But I want it at that angle there, so probably asking how we do this. So what you'll do is you press RP on your keyboard for reference plane. And you go here and you say pick lines. And I'm going to pick this line, which is the top chord. Okay. I'm going to give it a name and call it purlin. Purlin soffit. Like that. Pull it up and down just so I can see my reference plane. So what I'll do now is I'll click on this purlin. I'll say edit, pick plane. So in this instance, it's not going to work because we're in a section. So what I'll rather do is you go to structure and you go to set work plane. So we've given this reference plane a name. If you don't give the reference plane a name, you won't be able to select it as a new reference plane. And so, okay. Then it's asking me, okay, on which floor do I want to add or use this specific command. I'll choose roof level. So what I'll do now is I'll just go beam again. 250 by 75, that's fine. Just gonna click so it snaps there and it snaps there. Okay, so it might not be visible now because of the roof extents. So let's just delete this old purlin. I must move the top range. Let's maybe make it just 3 meters so that you can see everything. Okay, maybe more, 5 meters. And actually the cut plane must also be a bit higher. Let's make it 2.5. There we are. Now you can actually see this purlin. Okay, so now we go to the section. I'll see it is on the plane, but it's not in the correct orientation. So at the moment, this purlin is, the justification is at the top, but we want it to be at the bottom. So you see it flips it around for us, which is what we want here. So I'm just going to move it more or less to the vertical node. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this over to each vertical node. Like this, and then this one just gonna place on the edge, and then this one I'll just move somewhere here. Okay, now we don't have to repeat this whole scenario. What we can do is just click on it, say select visible in view, so you selected all of the purlins. Then I'm gonna go here where it says mirror, so you can say MM on the keyboard. And I'm going to use this line as I know this is my center line. make sure it says copy here. I'm going to copy it, and then it just mirrors our purlins. So it looks something like that. Okay, so that's basically how you do pitched roof. You can also click on the truss and actually edit the truss in making the truss height higher. Let's make this just so that you can see 2.5. You see that it makes the center of the truss higher, but 1.8 is fine for now. So Ruru, I hope this helps. I don't know if you want to see anything else with regards to pitched roof. You can actually copy this over in 3D as well. Copy. Okay, you want me to add the sheeting. Okay, go to the roof level. This will be under the architect tab. Then we would go to roof, and you go to roof by footprint. Okay, what it basically says is I must change my work plane, because remember it's still at that angle. So the roof sheeting will automatically, well, not automatically, we're going to give it a slope, so it respects the slope of the roof. So let's just change it to the roof level. So okay, try it again. Roof by footprint. Then you can either use the rectangle or pick lines, but I'm just going to use the rectangle. That corner to this corner, we can just align it better once we finished it. So I'm just going to show you, if I say finish here, how it's going to look. Obviously it's not going to display here. I think the layer is off, so you press VV on your keyboard, then just go to look for roof. Yeah, it's not on the layer, so there it is there. So it obviously looks very odd, but let's just choose a 25mm roof sheeting, 125mm rather, and let's just edit this, just have it as a green element. Sheeting, just say cladding, just some sort of a material that that looks like a roof sheeting. Okay, yeah, this color would be okay for now. So now it's just a flat surface, but we don't want it to be just a flat surface. So if you go into the section and I go to annotate and I say, okay, I just want to know what this slope is. So it's a 19-degree slope, which is quite odd, but it's okay for now, 19.8. So now I know that when I click on this roof and I say edit, not edit, sorry, edit footprint, I can now give it a level, or not a level, a slope. Okay, so yeah, I see. I don't see this portion that I must edit now, but let's see if I put in the slope arrow. I do this, put in another one from here to there. So that slope we know is 19.8. 19.8. So okay, I want to save it now. Go to the 3D. Okay, that's fine. So what we'll do now is we have our slope, which is fine, But what we would want to do now is just move it to the center, and then we're going to align it to the top of that purlin. Or not align it, let's just move it then. Just going to put in the reference plane so I can have that exact level at the top. RP for reference plane. That. Move like that. And just take the bottom like this. And there you have your roof sheeting that's been drawn in. So that's basically how you do it. I don't normally draw in the sheeting. I use the architect's model, and I just copy it out of his model and link it into my structural model. But that's basically how you do the sheeting. Hope that helps, Ron. Ruru. Okay, the cutters. I was thinking that you're going to ask that. Just gonna extend this with maybe 300 mils, the overhang of this roof. Move it down again. Okay, so let's just add in the gutter. So how you do that is it's easy in 3D. You go to structure, oh sorry, architect, roof, and then roof gutter. So I have a preset gutter that I've created myself. You can go onto my YouTube channel and just check out that video how I created that. But there is a preset gutter as well. So once you've activated the gutter, you can see if you hover over the roof sheeting, it makes this line blue. So I can click on it and it actually creates the gutter like this. So apologies, I see this gutter isn't the one that I created. This is the preset gutter. Let me just do that again. I accidentally clicked twice. Roof gutter. So we click this side, then we want on the other side. And then just press escape on your keyboard so that you go out of the command. That's how you place or add the gutter. There it is. You can also change this material category. See if there's something like a gutter, maybe galvanized. There we are, galvanized type of steel. Add it in. Okay, line, okay. Just looked better. Don't know why it's green. But let's see if it's in the realistic view. This is how it would look like. Hope that helps. Ooh. Anything else you guys want to see? Thanks, Ruru. Like I said, you can go in so much depth in Revit that you can lose yourself, or not lose yourself, you can focus so much on one element. It could take you a time to set it up. That's why I make videos how to set up certain elements that you can use inside of your Revit model, that you don't have to do repetitive work once you start your projects that you are working on. So stairs, that's also not a difficult one, but you can get confused sometimes with all these different levels. So let's go to the second floor, and so I'm going to add the stairs in this area here. So let's just draw a section. I always use a section as my guide or help, and also the 3D to make sure it displays correctly. Just change that to F. Okay, F is already been used. Let's just see. Make it G. Okay. So what you would do now is close that one, close the section, close the roof. So we're gonna start on the ground floor. So let's go to the section. We just want to start to the left here on the ground floor. Okay. So we go to architect and then stairs. I'm just gonna use the precast stairs, or rather monolithic stairs. Then you're going to choose your base level, which is our ground floor. We wanted to go to the first floor, but we wanted to have a landing because I see the height is 3 meters. So you're going to have more or less 1.5 rise and then 1.5 again. So I think the slab line is somewhere here. So let's start going out like this. So now you have 10 rises, 11 rises. Now you have 7 remaining. So we want it evenly, 9 and 9. So like that. Then I'm going to go here at a meter. So what it's going to do is if I click here, it's going to generate the landing. You see the landing there on the left. So then I go around like that. So there it's created the landing for me. So if I go to the 3D, it's not going to show it yet because I haven't clicked finished yet. But that's how you create it. Let's just finish it so you guys can see it. Just gonna draw this box like that so it cuts. Come on, there we are. Okay, it doesn't display because I don't think the staircase, yeah, it's not visible. Okay, so there we have the staircase, which is fine. Let's go to the section. There's the staircase, so it looks very good. Obviously these stairs are slanted, but we can edit that. I'll show you now how to edit that. But what we can do now, before we continue taking the stairs to the high level, is that if we go to edit stairs, you can see this landing is actually a meter, but let's say we want 1.5. So I'll go here to the right, say 1.5, and this one 1.5. Okay, so it's overlapping, but that's fine. I'm just going to move it out somewhere there. I'm going to pull this down to there so I can have a look. That's 500. Let's make it 250. Okay, so that looks a bit better. This one also want 1.5. There we go. Okay, now that we've established that, see now the stairs looks a bit better. Then what we can do here is we can go and edit the stairs. So we can leave these calculations, which is fine. It just says your maximum rise is 180 and your minimum tread width is 280. Now here it says 25 millimeters nosing. We can just click here and we can go and where it says nosing length, just make that 0 and keep it on default and click unclick slanted. Okay, then structural depth, let's just make this 170. That's basically the thickness of your landing or actually your flight. Okay. So let's go to the section so you can see it better. Now our stairs is in a straight line. So now you can click on the staircase, and we know that these stairs are all, well, this one is 60 mils higher, but that's okay. I'm going to click on the stairs and we're going to say select levels. So what it's going to do is generate the same staircase going up. So I'm going to click this level. Let's just highlight all of the levels and say finish. Okay, let's just undo that. I don't want a staircase at the 4th to 5th floor. Just undo that one. Let's see. Okay, we must select up until the 4th floor. There we are. Okay, so now if I do the 3D, it's generated this whole staircase as one unit. It's called a multi-story staircase. Okay, so that's basically how you do a staircase, concrete staircase. Now you can go and copy that column, just put it in that corner, just make it a smaller column. Let's duplicate 230 by 230. Then you edit the column, the width and height. I can just move it into the corner. I press MV on my keyboard, or you can click on it and you can go here, move. It says there in the brackets, you can see there MV is your shortcut. So now I click on this and I say DM on my keyboard. So I'm going to mirror this on this plane. Go to the 3D. There's my staircase. So now what I want to do is just bring that column down to this level here. So how I do that is go into the section. Let's just see we're not seeing that column. The reason for that is probably the clip offset. Let's just make it 3500. There we are. So now I can see or measure 4.5 meters. So what I can do is I can go here, the top level, and do it. There's not right or wrong. So what I wanted to do is, if this was on roof level, that must be 0. I'm going to say from that level, I go down 4,500, which is the measurement I just took. So you can see it there. That's 4,500. But in actual fact, you want this to be on the soffit of this. Okay. So we're going to go minus 4,800. It is there. I think we only changed the one. Yeah. So we're going to do the same. Roof level minus 4,800. There's your staircase. Done and dusted. So you can see how quickly you can model your structure if you know Revit and you learn Revit. So the way I learn Revit is by just working on it daily, searching on YouTube for videos. That's why I also started my channel, is to help people. I know Revit might seem daunting when you start on it because there's so many things to click and so many things to do. Like I say, once you get it, once you understand it, it's actually very easy. But I've been working on Revit for 5 years now, and I can tell you I still learn every day. I've not mastered Revit yet, because you can never know everything on Revit. So the reinforcing of the stairs, I can maybe make a video on that. That is gonna take a while to explain. I'll maybe look at doing a video for you guys, Ron, um, to show you guys how to do that. But in essence, it's the same way as you would do a slab. So if you click on the staircase, sorry, Ruru. I don't know why I read Ruhan. You sound like a Ruhan. Okay, I think that's yeah, really. I think that's it for today. I might in the future schedule something like this where I can show you guys and help you guys. So please let me know in my comments in my videos what you guys would want to know. Then I can definitely help you guys. So the aim of this channel is to literally educate people in Revit Autodesk, because I never went on any course. I just YouTube and taught myself how to do Revit. So it is possible for yourself to YouTube and to just stick it through, so you'll be successful in Revit. Just don't give up, because Autodesk, AutoCAD, if you can do that and you switch over to Revit, it would be a lot easier. But if you're new, I would definitely urge you to directly start on Revit. Obviously, AutoCAD is also good to know. AutoCAD is just drawing in 2D lines and all of that. But yeah, thanks guys. You guys must have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.